So here we are on another Wednesday. I forget what week this is for me. I know this is Steve's third week, right? Training Wednesday? Okay, so Steve started off at 392 pounds and he is now 364 pounds. So it's a total loss of 28 pounds. There was a guy in the comment in one of the other videos who said that we're not training correctly. We need to lower the weights, do more reps, and we could burn more fat faster. Well, he's been working out. This is 15 days. He's lost 28 pounds in 15 days. So I really don't know how much faster he's expecting him to lose weight. Thank you for the advice and the recommendation to check out the training and the protocol and everything else, and the trainer or whoever it is that you recommend in the comment. I appreciate the positive feedback for trying to help and give advice and stuff. But unless you go back and watch all the other videos, you're throwing advice out without understanding the starting point and where we are. And I try to explain to a lot of people, you know, we can sit here and do lightweight with quote unquote perfect form. But like I tell a lot of people, if I got a dually and I filled it up with diesel and I drove with nothing in the truck, I'm gonna go a long way. If I max the payload out, for those of you who don't know what a payload is when you load the bed up with the maximum amount of weight it can carry and then drive, the truck's not gonna go as far as it did without that. Now, if I put a trailer on that, on the gooseneck, and a maximum pound gooseneck that I can carry, and I try to go the same distance, I'm gonna go even less. Why? Because it's more force output requires more energy. So doing 1 to 3 reps isn't really enough forceful output to cause weight loss. It can, but it's gonna take longer. But the rep range that we're in, I don't post the whole training video, I don't post everything we do. But the amount of reps we do, the amount of weight we do, we're getting plenty of work. He hasn't done a lick of cardio. I haven't done a lick of cardio. It's training 3 days a week, and the amount of volume we use, the amount of intensity we use, and our diet is what's allowing us to keep our muscle mass while losing fat. It's signal sending. We're trying to send signals to tell the body, I need bigger muscles and stronger muscles, and I need less fat. And then you do that by what you eat, how you cause stimulant through the body. If I walked every day for 20 miles a day and only ate 900 calories, I wouldn't die. I would just lose all my muscle mass and become very frail. I want to get jacked, I want to be ripped, I want to have abs. I would be very skinny and very frail. My body would become very, very efficient at going a very long distance with very little calorie output. So if I train my body, I need explosive output with large muscles with minimum fat because I'm getting enough food to raise my metabolism to burn off the excess amount. Now I'm sending the right signals. I've been doing this for a very long time. I know you can look at my body and be like, well, it doesn't show. Okay, well, you sit there and feel and think and say what you want to feel and think and say. But I know me and I know what I've been doing and how many people I've helped along the years. And Steve is proof of this. His weight's coming down quick. He's a little hungry here and there, but for the most part, he's satisfied. He's not starving. He's getting really great results, and he hasn't broke his diet, and he's been consistent on his training. All because the training is doable, the time frame is manageable, and the diet is enjoyable for what we're doing. So that's a little intro about one of the comments of what was said. And like I said, again, I'm not coming at you trying to be disrespectful to you. I'm just letting you know, like, go back and watch previous videos to understand what we're doing and what's going on here. And I know my channel, this channel is fairly new, but I've been doing this since I've been 14 years old, and I'm 36 now, and I've learned a lot of stuff along the way. And the funny thing is, with that being said, before I even read that comment, we're actually changing our training up. So what we're doing right now is a powerlifting routine that I did for whenever I used to compete in powerlifting, because I was a competitive powerlifter. And this routine works really well, but the thing is, the stronger you get, the more you have to lift, the more volume you have to do, and eventually it gets to the point where your body just can't handle it because it's a peaking cycle. We're working on peaking up to our max performance. So we're actually going to change the routine from that to one of my older favorite routines. It's not quite DC training, but it's modeled off of DC training. I'm not going to say it is because it's not, but it's very close to what DC training is. And that's 3 days a week. If y'all don't know what DC training is, there's videos and articles everywhere. Just look up dog crap training. And that's what me and him are doing, a variant starting tonight. And this is what I did to go from 276 pounds down to 222 pounds in less than 6 months, I think, with no cardio at all, just dieting and training. Because it's about signal sending and output. So that's what we're training, that's what we're switching to tonight. And I like doing these videos here because now Steve is standing here, and then here in the next 2-3 weeks, he's going to be able to look at how big he is here compared to how small he is later down the road. Just like with the very first video where he entered into the gym and he started training with me. Also, as far as it goes for his squat form, that was mentioned too in the last video with him doing squats. For him never doing a free weight squat and only doing machines, his squat yesterday, that was the first time he didn't have a box underneath him or anything. And his form was almost picture perfect. So there's a few little things we could tweak and adjust, but as far as it goes for that, there was no need to nitpick on this, that, and the other of what was wrong, because all this is just what we're going to improve on. Everything's going to become better and better and better over time. It's all about positivity. It's all about sending out positive vibes. This is a community, right? We're here to support each other, and we're here to help each other. And that's why I appreciate you reaching out and saying, hey, me personally, this is what I think you should be doing. And that's great. And hey, man, that works for you and people you know, that's awesome. Keep doing what works for you and what works for your friends or whoever it is that you help personally. But me knowing how many people I've helped, I know this is bread and butter right here. This is going to work. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the results for this are undeniable. They're undeniable. They work amazing. How do you feel about how we've been going with everything?
No, I've been doing well. Getting more acclimated to the new things that I'm learning. Some things are a little strange, but I mean, you coach me through it. Just say, hey, man, you know, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. You just continue to push until you get it. Eventually, it's going to come, you know?
Well, so you even mentioned that when you worked out at a commercial gym, like the atmosphere, the training, the way people work out, the way that they approach stuff, it's way different, right? It's completely different. The amount of effort that I put into your form, the technique, the lifts, the intensity, and the utmost like passion that's put in here. It's not even that. You said yourself, you don't even know if you could ever go back to a commercial gym because of the way people train, right? Yeah. And then out of all the times you've trained and worked out, this is probably the most amount of results you've got in the shortest amount of time ever, correct?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, for sure.
So and then just like I said, like you were also saying that your mindset's changing too, right? When you get hungry, you're no longer thinking of I'm hungry and I want to eat pizza or tacos. You're just thinking about, man, I just want to eat my meal.
That's it.
Right? So your mindset shifting from like, man, I really want to eat this, to just like, man, I just don't want to feel hungry anymore, so I want to eat. So it's everything's changing mentally and physically, and the way you look at your workouts and the way you're thinking about how each rep is performed, and that mind-muscle connection and just connecting with that weight, right?
Big difference.
So you're learning a lot. And it's not just moving weight what we're doing here. Like I'm focused on Steve's performance and his improvement. In exchange, he's going to be focused on my performance and my improvement because I'm pushing him and I want him to push me. And that's how you become better. It's a friendly competition, but at the same time, the goal is to push each other to do better. If I'm always having to pick him up and carry him on my back, I'm not going to be able to focus on me getting better because I'm always going to be focused on him. But if I can look at him and be like, hey man, you need to work on this, you need to work on that, this is lagging, that's lagging, this needs to be worked, that needs to be worked, then he turns around and does the same for me and calls me out on mine, and I call him out on his, we're only going to get better together. So there's a point where there's room for advice, then there's a point where advice is unwarranted in a situation that's unaware of what's going on. So, but all right, well, we're going to get into this tonight. Like I said, this is going to be a version of DC training. So tonight, we're working out this week on Wednesday. It's going to be chest, back, shoulders, traps, and abs. And that's what tonight is. Let's get started.